Welcome back to this project vlog. I had a break and now I'm back. There are two things that I want to go over today that are a little bit separated from each other. The first is something that has come up in my interviews with people. So I had a conversation with my project mentor, and in the process of my interviews, I'm trying to understand how to think and play like a traditional musician, but there's an assumption there that I didn't really give a lot of thought to the assumption. And the assumption that that question is built on is that I can think and play like a traditional Scottish musician. But in my conversation with my mentor, she just brought up this idea of authenticity and the question of, well, do most traditional musicians think that I can just waltz in and play like them without having lived in the places and been part of the culture in the same way that they have? So that's had an effect on the questions that I ask. I've actually gone through and I've revamped some of my interview questions in light of this thinking, the question of can I play the Scottish music authentically, or am I just a big faker pretender all along the way? Now, I do continue to ask some of my questions, assuming that I can, and the feedback has varied depending on who I've spoken with about whether I can just come in and play the music, or if the music, my version of the music, will just always be a little bit different than any Scottish players. Now, the feedback has been a little bit different depending on who I've spoken with, but I'll continue to ask that question of authenticity and try and understand what Scottish musicians, say that word, what, actually, the two of them together, Scottish musicians, say that 5 times fast. I'm going to continue to incorporate these into my interviews, and then I'm sure I'll have a really interesting couple paragraphs of thought at the end, at least a couple paragraphs. So that's issue number 1 for this vlog, that question of authenticity. Secondly, if you go back and watch my vlog from my stress phase when I first started learning them, there was much to be desired, but I wanted to play them for you, still just the right hand, but to show you the process that the melodies have undergone as I've understood better how to play the stress phase. And I think personally, not just as a musician, but personally, I've had to get over this mental block of I can play stress bass and I can understand what it's supposed to sound like when I first come to it. Stress bass are the most unique and most different. I don't think there's anywhere else in the world that has music, a musical style quite like the stress bass. So it is very special and unique. As a reminder, I have played both a traditional stress bass and a contemporary stress bass. So traditional, for the sake of this project, means it's a tune that is a part of the tradition. The writer is not known, so it's probably a really old, ancient, actually, it's probably an ancient tune. A contemporary tune is a tune that the composer is known. So my traditional stress bass is Glen Grant, and I will play that one for you first. Alan Grant. And then the second stress bay, the traditional stress bay, is by Jim Sutherland, and it is called The Quiet Man. There we go. I should add, just as a side note, that I was going to say, lever changes like these are something that I've not done before. But that's so not right. There's something different about them, though, than the lever changes I've had in classical music. Can't put my finger on it. I'm going to have to think about that one. All right. I think that's everything for this vlog. I've been working on some good stuff behind the scenes, and I'm trying to figure out what to put into the next one. But thank you for watching. Thanks for listening to me think, especially at the beginning. And if you have any thoughts about the idea of music, especially traditional music and authenticity, and you want to share those in the comments down below, I would be so curious to hear people's opinions. So yes, please feel free to share. And like I said before, thanks for listening to me think, and we'll see you on Monday.